It was Jesus who declared in Matthew chapter 7 that we will have a knowledge of his kingdom by the fruit that is coming therefrom. Pleasant morning again. This morning we look at the word temperance. Temperance is one of the fruit of the Spirit that is been less acknowledged and oftentimes overlooked. There are many doctrines and teachings and principles that has been overemphasized in the light of stop or confusing statement concerning what we should do. But temperance is not being put forward by many persons. In Acts chapter 24:25, Philip was concerned as he began to reason, and this overall understanding, is it Peter rather, began to reason to Felix and to tell him about righteousness and self-control, which is the same word temperance. Philip did not want, Felix did not want to have anything to do with temperance, and therefore he had nothing to do with righteousness. As a result of that, he told Peter that, some more convenient time we'll reason on this subject. In Galatians chapter 5, verse 23, the Bible tells us that one of the fruit of the Spirit is temperance. And the fruit of righteousness there also identify in 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 6, that self-control, which is temperance, is one of the fruit of righteousness. Persons who don't exercise temperance prove that they have no desire for righteousness. As a matter of fact, if we find ourselves fighting against the spirit of temperance or the fruit of temperance, it would have been a clear evidence that there's something really wrong with our spiritual life, because there's none of us that can be saved who are intemperate. The Bible warns us that we must be temperate in all things. By doing so, we will be able to overcome many darkness and have many mindset being controlled. In 1 Corinthians chapter 7, the Bible also warns that in the lifestyle of marital practices, there should be a level of self-control. And you don't need me to go through the whole details. But in food, marital life, just reform, and all these things, the primary principle that has been advocated is self-control. Self-control. In the eating of meat and the drinking of wine, self-control. There are many people who love to have free time, and free time should also be taken in the context of taking time out. Jesus himself take a little time away from work, but it should be exercised in the principle of self-control and temperance. We should work, and we should work also with the spirit of self-control and temperance. We should seek to achieve, and all that we achieve should also be achieved in the principle of self-control or temperance. Therefore, being temperate in all things, God expects us that we should rule our desire and control our appetite, and our mindset should always be as that of Christ. Therefore, whatsoever we eat or drink or whatsoever we do, we should do it temperately or in the principle of self-control. One minister some years ago really bring this down to the level of acknowledging it, because it is God's Spirit that is in us working out. He classified to be the new man controlled by the Spirit of God. So it is the Spirit of God that is in us. In this time when we are under so many persecution and conflict, it is very evident that God's people must exercise a level of self-control so as not to get themselves into trouble, seeking to defend themselves or seeking to do anything in the likeness of parading themselves. We should be humble. We should be confident in this, controlling ourselves, being temperate, knowing that God is able to lead us through all things. May God bless us this morning and give us the strength as we seek to overcome all things in the spirit of temperance. God bless you. Have a great day. Just ask you to read those passages for yourself that has been mentioned. Yes, and they will help us to have a clear understanding concerning what we are to do. As Jesus says in John 15, let us bear fruit, and let our fruit remain. And one of the fruit of the Spirit is self control. Have a godly day.